What's going on, guys? It is Steve with Cleveland Customs, back with another short video today. We've got a gorgeous M240 in the back here. We've also got an S5 that we're doing a little bit of chrome delete on, and we've got a super purple Jeep Cherokee, very rare color, gorgeous by the way. We just did a 5-year ceramic coating package on it. But today, the star of the show right now is going to be these two vehicles. What we're going to be doing is adding on this carbon wing to this M240. It is going to look gorgeous, guys. Some of you guys might be like, okay, just throw some 3M tape on it. Let's slap it on. Well, the issue that we're running into is not fitment, but it's the runs of the clear coat. So I'm going to set this wing down, bring you guys a little bit closer, show you the runs that we have on this vehicle. What we're going to do is sand them down. I've got a really cool kit I want to show you guys. It's honestly badass. If anyone is looking to get some of their clear coat runs down or just sand down some minor scratches deeper than what you can get on with the wool pad, this is going to be the go-to thing. So come check it out. All right, now that I've got you a little bit closer, you guys can see some of these runs. We're pointing right here. These are all clear coat runs. So first and foremost, you guys seen the problem that we're working with here. This car is beautiful. We already did a 5-year ceramic coating package on it about 4 months ago. So we want to make sure this car looks as perfect as possible. This is the kit that I use. I'm gonna bring it a little bit closer so you guys can see it. It's pretty cool. So it's got grits all the way from 800 grit to 3000 grit. So this specific kit has multiple pieces of sandpaper that are cut specifically to these blocks and has a sticky side on the back. So what I'm gonna do is pop one of these off of here, stick it on, we're gonna get the sanding in this vehicle. So now I grabbed 2000 grit is what we're gonna go with. I don't wanna go too deep into this paint, plus these runs aren't that bad. We're just gonna try to get as best as we can. We're not looking for perfection. We're just looking for it to not be as noticeable. So I grabbed one of these blocks. They are labeled, this is 2000 grit, has a sticky side to it as well. Stuck it right on. What I'm gonna do is grab a little bit of soapy water, and I'm just gonna spray just a little bit right here. It's a very small run, as you guys can see beforehand, and I'm just gonna give a little bit of light pressure. I'm just gonna go up and down, and then I'm just gonna work my way all the way to the passenger side of the vehicle. And then what I'm gonna do after this, I'm gonna grab my 2500 grit, and then I'm gonna grab my 3000 grit and do the exact same thing. If this is your first time sanding a vehicle, don't be scared. It's supposed to look like this. What we're gonna do now is grab our 2500, stick that on right there, and then we're gonna come back and start doing the exact same process as well. And then we're gonna repeat this step with our 3000 grit, and then I'm gonna show you guys how to polish this out and bring the paint back to life. All right, guys, now we got our 3000 grit. We're gonna take our time and we're gonna make sure that we evenly wet sand this out. Alrighty, now that I've got the sanding out of the way, we're gonna grab our 3-inch Rupes, and I put a heavy cut compound cutting pad. What we're gonna be doing is adding just 3 dots to this. Good medium-sized dots. We're going to rub it in, and then we're going to give it a motion of up and down, side to side, to remove this haze from the wet sanding. Moment of truth, guys. Take a look at that. We're gonna hit it with a couple more passes real quick, but you guys can tell the difference right away. Take a look at that, guys. I mean, absolutely flawless. Clear coat drip is gone. We haven't even polished it yet. So we're gonna go on to the second step here. But beforehand, I want to tell you guys one thing. If you guys are starting off to paint correct, polish, wet sand, whatever the case is, if you guys are wanting to get into the car industry, doing any type of higher end detailing, keep this machine flat. If the machine is not spinning, you're not cutting into the paint. You're doing no work. The machine does all the work for you. Make sure you keep it flat. Make sure it's spinning. Also, when you're going throughout this process, make sure you're always going side to side, up and down, and you're not getting the paint hot. You can tell you're getting the paint hot by holding the paint when you're done or by touching the pad as well. There are things such as polishing liquids that you guys can use. They're called conditioners. Chemical Guys has them. You guys can use that as well. I'm not saying I recommend you guys to use them. I don't use them all the time, but when it comes to a certain area to where you're going to be polishing multiple times, you can do something like that just to be on the safer side as well. Okay, last but not least, switching up the pads, going with our medium polishing pad by Rupes, micro cut by Kosh Chemi, of course. A couple dots, guys. Same process here, and then we're gonna be all wrapped up. All right, guys, that's how you properly wet sand a vehicle. If you guys have any questions or concerns, comment down below. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Steve at Cleveland Customs. See you guys on the next video.